A fan theory for A Nightmare on Elm Street offers an interesting reason why Freddy Krueger takes such an interest in targeting Nancy Thompson. Before he became a staple of the horror genre, Freddy was a fairly constrained villain who specifically targeted the children of those who'd killed him. However, while many of Freddy's murders were brutal and quick, his efforts to kill Nancy across multiple Nightmare on Elm Street movies end up feeling far more targeted and sadistic. This could be because of her impressive ability to slip away from the villain at opportune times, staying one step ahead of Freddy long enough that he gains a twisted desire to inflict pain on her. However, there may have been an additional reason Freddy was specifically targeting Nancy. The theorized reason has less to do with Nancy and more to do with her parents, giving the Thompson family an understated importance in the franchise while explaining a key piece of the origins of Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Nancy's father may have been responsible for Freddy's freedom and eventual fate. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 secretly resolved a big Freddy Krueger mystery. A clever A Nightmare on Elm Street theory suggests that it was Nancy's father Don who made a crucial mistake while arresting Freddy Krueger, setting off the events that eventually transformed Freddy into an immortal monster. In the backstory of A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy was arrested for his murderous crimes, but someone messed up the search warrant. This allowed Freddy to escape any formal justice. This infuriated the local community, spurring a mob to hunt down Freddy. The search warrant was likely the mistake of an officer on the case, which the Reddit theory argues was Don. The theory suggests that after making that mistake, Don's guilt prompted him and his wife Marge to target Freddy. They joined or potentially even started the mob that hunted down Freddy and killed him. Their personal roles in the hunt would explain why they have such confidence Freddy is dead years later. Marge's reluctance to explain the full situation to Nancy years later could then stem from her lingering guilt over her husband's mistake and their ensuing actions. It's an interesting theory, especially because it adds layers to Freddy's decision to stalk Elm Street and Nancy in particular. This Nightmare on Elm Street theory gives Freddy a reason to target Nancy. If Don was the cop who was responsible for Freddy's arrest and eventual death, then the killer would have plenty of reason to seek revenge on the police officer. This could extend to Don's entire family, given Freddy's vindictive nature. It would explain why Freddy invests so much effort into terrorizing Nancy, taking his time scaring her before going for the kill. More than his other targets, Freddy seems to want Don's daughter to suffer, tormenting her slowly even in A Nightmare on Elm Street's ending instead of simply killing her. Freddy hating Don could explain why he does this. It would also offer an interesting explanation for why the only adult Freddy goes after is Nancy's mother. In the film, this kill is presented as one of opportunity. However, Don being directly involved in the case that led to Freddy's near incarceration, and eventual incineration, would give the killer more reason to seek out his whole family for revenge. Marge helping lead the hunt for Freddy in recompense for Don's mistake could reinforce Freddy's decision to target the Thompsons, despite Don and Marge being divorced by the events of the film.